welcome to another gear in review. I decided to shoot this one just for the heck of it. I thought it was kind of interesting. I recently had surgery on my left arm, which is, since I'm a left-handed player, this of course is my pick hand. And the arm has just gotten good enough to play decently. Not great, but you know, I can definitely tell that the arm's getting better, and I am able to actually try to play now. And playing when you're trying to rebuild, or when you have like any sort of handicap, it allows you to kind of feel things that I think you would otherwise push through or not notice as much when you're 100%. So evaluated my guitar picks, because I had a buttload of different guitar picks. I started noticing as I was playing, I was having a lot of trouble playing with certain picks, and certain picks were effortless. And if they're, of course, if the pick is effortless with me at like 75%, then it's going to be even better with me at 100%. But I just thought it was kind of interesting which picks were really doing it for me, and which ones weren't anymore. Which ones that I had thought were working really good, but I was actually fighting against the pick and didn't realize it because I was playing so hard, I guess. This, Forever and a Day, was the standard bearer for me. This was the pick. It was a Dunlop Jazz 3. There were obvious shortcomings with the Jazz 3 off the bat that I had, which was it was very small and the material was very slick. And for my hands, it's always been hard for me to hold it and not lose it. And now it was, now that was even worse. So I knew that the Jazz 3 was not going to be necessarily my pick of choice. I had really actually started moving away from the Jazz 3 before my arm surgery, just by things that were suggested to me by other people. But anyway, showing what I used to use, or what used to be my main go-to. I had other picks I would use for a while. Someone showed me something new and I tried to be awesome, but I would always wind up eventually gravitating back to the Jazz 3 and fighting to hold on to it. On which now, with things that were going on now, holding on to the pick was not even an option. So I sat down and shot out every pick that I had, and then eliminated the ones that just were not going to work. Got it narrowed down to a top 6 and an honorable mention, and then I shot those out for about an hour and to get them in order of which was the top pick. So we're going to actually do this in reverse instead of showing you my favorite one first. We're going to start with the honorable mention and then work in reverse of what we got here. The honorable mention pick is one that I just started using. Got a guitar shop suggested it for me. I figured what the heck, I'd try it, so I bought a bag of them. It's the Dunlop Ultex Sharp .90. All in all, it's a pretty cool pick. I'm not as blown away by it as the guy that suggested it to me, because I told him I was looking for an alternate, something like my Jazz 3, but something I could hold on to a little bit better. This is what he suggested. It's not really like my Jazz 3 at all, but it's cool. It's not a bad pick, but I don't know. It was better than a lot of the other picks that I had in my, that I shot today. So that was my honorable mention. And I guess I'll let you know that, some of the picks that I shot out there were, the Jazz 3. I had some 205s, some 206s, some nylon picks. I mean, there was a buttload of picks. I couldn't show you all the ones that I shot out because the ones that didn't make it, I went ahead and just threw them away instead of holding on to them. So coming in at number 6, I really like this pick. I can see, even though it's coming in at number 6, as far as being shut out playability against them, it came in as number 6. But I can see it from a familiarity point of view. I can see this turning into kind of like when I need to hit my comfort zone. I can see this being one of my go-to picks. It's a Dunlop Tortex 1.14. It's really a lot like a Jazz 3, but it's made out of a different material and it's slightly bigger. Not an oversized pick, but it's slightly bigger than a Jazz 3. And the material is something that doesn't slide as much. That Tortex, I grip better than that really slick surface of the Jazz 3. So it's kind of like a Jazz 3 for me. So I really like this pick. That was one that really played well. Now number 5, I really like this one. It's a Dunlop 1.5. It's also made out of the Tortex material. Had a very smooth pick attack when speed picking. I didn't feel like I was fighting against a string. I felt like it was just kind of sliding along with my motion, which I liked a lot. I don't like to feel like my pick and the string are having to fight with each other, because then it throws my timing between my pick hand and my fretting hand out of sync. So this was a really good pick. I like this one. This was one that I just bought today that I just decided to try, and it actually made it into number 4. This is let me make sure I get this right. It's a Dava. It's a Dava pick, and I forgot the exact name of it. I didn't bring the bag with me, but it's like it's like 3 different picks in one, depending upon where you grip it. If you grip it at the first grip, it's a light pick. If you grip it at the second line, it's a medium pick. And if you grip it at the last line, it's a hard pick. Of course, I always use hard, so I'm at the last line. It has this rubber coating over it, which is awesome. I mean, this thing is not slipping or going anywhere. I love this pick. I would have moved it higher up the food chain, except for the ones that came in at 3, 2, and 1 were just they were just phenomenal. But if any other pick had been there, this would have been the number 1 pick. But this still may turn out to be one of my favorites because of the material, the little rubber coating on it. I think is pretty awesome. But yeah, that's Dava. It's a Dava, not Dava. Dava multi-pick. It's pretty cool. I like that one. And once again, same thing, same reason why I liked the other 2 picks is why I like this one. Very smooth attack on the string. Doesn't feel like I'm fighting it against anything. At number 3, we have, so this is the Jim Dunlop Big Stubby. Now this is the 2.0 millimeter version. It's made out of like this purple plastic material. It's kind of see-through. It has like an indentation right here for where your finger and thumb hit it, so it grips, has like the grip section. Feels really good. This is also another pick that's very smooth attack across the strings, and I love it. It's not quite as smooth during fast picking as its big brother, but it's very close. Now, that number 2 is its big brother, which is the 3.0 version. And very smooth pick attack. I mean, it just moves that string out of the way, but it glides instead of thwapping like punk. It just glides across it. Great pick. And like I said, same thing. It's just the thicker version, just 3.0 millimeter. Jim Dunlop Big Stubby. That is another one of my favorites. But coming in at number 1, this is my all-time favorite pick out of all of them. And the thing is starting at the Dava on up, my playing increased gradually as I moved through these picks. My playing with this last pick is probably the best, cleanest, most precise my playing has ever sounded. And this is the V pick. There are 3, you'll notice that there are 3 points on this pick, all of them playable. It's beveled on all sides. It's almost like you don't even feel any resistance between the string and the pick at all. It makes everything just so fluid because it's like there is no resistance. There's no fighting against the string or the guitar to play the note. Like I said, it is the fastest, cleanest, and most precise I have ever played. Has been with this pick. It is my all-time favorite. It's made out of this material that glows in the dark. I guess that's a selling point for some people. I really don't care whether or not my pick glows in the dark, but it does. It glows in the dark. That's cool. But they make all different styles. They make more than one V pick. Unfortunately, when I bought my 2, so I only have to. I bought 4. And I've only got 2 left because I lost a couple. When I first bought mine was when they first came out in the store that I got mine. That only had the one style, so I don't know exactly which V pick this is. I just know that it's a V pick. I know now that they have now V pick has like 3 or 4 different ones, but I think they have different. I think the other ones are slightly different shape, different color. So this is the V pick that I think is the most awesome one. I can't remember if these were $5 or $10 a piece, but I know when I went into the store, I was like, I was blown away by. I was like, for one pick, they were like, yeah. I was like, no, let me get one, and I bought one. I went home, I played it. I came back the next day and I bought 3 more because I knew I would lose it. And I was like, this is the most awesome pick ever. Now that I have moved to a different state, I am having a little bit of difficulty running these down because I need some more. I only have 2, so I need to procure a couple more. But I really feel like between the V pick, the Dunlop Big Stubby, and the Dava pick, that's the only 3 I really need. But yeah, that is for me right there. That is my top 6 guitar picks. It's basically going to be the V pick. I'm pretty sure that it's a hard. I know that it's not a medium or anything. It's a hard pick, but so it's the V pick hard, the Big Stubby 3mm, the Big Stubby 2mm, the Dava multi pick, the Dunlop 1.15. I think that was right. No, excuse me, the Dunlop 1.5. Then there were the Dunlop Tortex 1.14. And then the honorable mention one was also a Dunlop. Got a bunch of Dunlop picks, which was the Dunlop Ultex Sharp 0.90. I think what I'm going to try with this is I think I'm going to try to see if this Ultex comes in a bigger pick, maybe like a 1. See if it comes like a 1.5. I think the small parts that I don't like about the pick have to do with it being maybe just a little bit more flexible than what I'm used to. So maybe if I can get this in like a 1.5 or 2 or 3, then this might be a better contender for me. But I kept it as an honorable mention because I just got turned on to this pick not right before my surgery. So I haven't had time to put a lot of practice in on it. So I may later on update you guys on whether this one deserved its honorable mention or not. Just figure out that little tidbit with you. Maybe you guys might go out and try some of these picks. Maybe you're using a Jazz 3 like I did religiously for years, and you're looking for something a little bit different. You know, maybe you have small grievances with the Jazz 3 like I did, and although it was your favorite pick, you're open to try some new things. And maybe I gave you a couple ideas of some picks to at least go check out. So anyway, this is Gil H2O. This has been Gear and Review, and this has been my 6 favorite picks.